As you grow older, something strange begins to happen. You start hearing the same sentence again and again. Take care of your health. Doctors say it, family says it, friends say it. But almost no one explains what that actually means. Because self-care after 60 is not about luxury. It is not about expensive treatments or complicated routines. It is about small daily habits that quietly protect the body, the mind, and the independence that every person values. Many people believe aging automatically means weakness, but that is not entirely true. What often weakens the body is not age itself, but neglect. Years of ignoring sleep, ignoring movement, ignoring nutrition, ignoring stress. By the time someone reaches 60, the body begins sending clearer signals. It asks for attention. It asks for balance. It asks for care. And the good news is this: even small changes can dramatically improve how you feel in your later years. Today we will talk about 7 powerful self-care habits that can protect your health after 60 and help you live your later years with strength, clarity, and dignity. 1. Your body needs movement more than rest. One of the biggest misunderstandings about aging is the belief that the body needs more rest and less movement. Many seniors begin to slow down not because their bodies cannot move, but because they believe they should move less. They worry that walking too much might cause pain. They think sitting more will protect their joints. Some even avoid activity because they fear falling or becoming tired. At first, this seems reasonable. Rest feels safe, but the truth is that too much rest can quietly weaken the body faster than aging itself. The human body was designed for movement. Every system inside you depends on regular activity to stay healthy. Your muscles depend on movement to stay strong. Your joints depend on movement to stay flexible. Your heart depends on movement to pump blood efficiently. Even your brain benefits from physical activity because movement improves blood flow and oxygen to the mind. When the body stops moving regularly, these systems slowly begin to decline. Muscles begin to shrink when they are not used. This process is known as muscle loss, and it naturally happens as we age, but inactivity speeds it up dramatically. If someone spends most of the day sitting or lying down, the muscles in the legs and hips become weaker. Over time, even simple tasks such as climbing stairs, standing up from a chair, or carrying groceries become difficult. This loss of strength also affects balance. Weak muscles make it harder to stabilize the body. That increases the risk of falls, which is one of the most serious dangers for seniors. Movement is one of the simplest ways to protect yourself from this decline. When you walk regularly, your leg muscles remain active, your balance improves, your coordination stays sharper. Walking may seem like a small activity, but its benefits are powerful. A simple 20-minute walk each day can strengthen the heart, improve blood circulation, and increase overall energy levels. It also helps regulate blood sugar and supports healthy blood pressure. For seniors who feel stiff or tired most of the time, regular walking can gradually restore a sense of vitality. But walking is not the only form of helpful movement. Stretching is equally important. As we age, the tissues around our joints naturally become tighter. Without stretching, joints lose flexibility. This is why many seniors experience stiffness in the morning or after sitting for long periods. Gentle stretching helps maintain flexibility in the muscles and joints. It keeps the body comfortable and reduces the feeling of tightness that many older adults experience. Simple stretches for the neck, shoulders, hips, and legs can make daily movements easier. Stretching does not need to be complicated. Even 5 to 10 minutes of slow, gentle stretching each day can improve mobility and reduce discomfort. Another important habit is avoiding long periods of sitting. Modern lifestyles encourage people to sit for many hours at a time. Television, phones, computers, and long conversations can keep a person seated for much of the day. But the body does not respond well to extended inactivity. When you sit for too long, blood circulation slows down, muscles remain inactive, the body becomes stiff. Standing up and moving around every hour can make a meaningful difference. Even small actions matter. Walking to the kitchen, tidying the house, watering plants. These small movements keep the body engaged and prevent stiffness from building up. Another powerful benefit of movement is improved mood. Physical activity triggers the release of natural chemicals in the brain that help reduce stress and improve emotional well-being. Many seniors experience feelings of loneliness, anxiety, or sadness as life changes. Movement can help counter these feelings. A walk outside, especially in fresh air and sunlight, can lift mood and clear the mind. It provides a break from worry and helps create a sense of calm. Sunlight exposure also helps the body produce vitamin D, which supports bone health and immune function. Movement is not about intense exercise or pushing the body beyond its limits. The goal is consistency, not intensity. Gentle, regular activity is far more beneficial than occasional bursts of heavy exercise. You do not need a gym membership or complicated equipment. Your own body and a small amount of space are enough. Simple routines can include walking around the neighborhood, stretching in the morning, or performing light strength exercises using your own body weight. For example, standing up from a chair several times in a row can strengthen leg muscles. Slow arm movements can maintain shoulder mobility. Even practicing balance by standing on one leg for a few seconds while holding onto a chair can help train stability. These small exercises build strength gradually and safely. Another important aspect of movement is maintaining independence. Many seniors fear becoming dependent on others for daily tasks, but staying physically active helps preserve the ability to care for yourself. The strength to stand, walk, lift objects, and maintain balance allows you to continue performing everyday activities with confidence. When the body remains active, independence lasts longer. But when inactivity becomes the daily routine, the body slowly adapts to weakness. This is why movement is not optional. It is a form of daily maintenance for the body. Just as a machine requires regular use to function properly, the human body requires movement to stay healthy. The good news is that it is never too late to begin. Even people who have been inactive for years can benefit from gradually introducing movement into their lives. Starting small is perfectly acceptable. A short walk around the house, gentle stretches while sitting, standing and moving every hour. These small steps can slowly rebuild strength and confidence. Over time, the body responds. Muscles become stronger, energy increases, balance improves, and daily life becomes easier. The key is to remember one simple truth. Your body was designed to move, and the more consistently you move, the more you protect your strength, your health, and your independence as you grow older. 2. What you eat becomes more important with age. When people are young, the body is surprisingly forgiving. A person can skip meals, eat unhealthy food, drink too little water, and still function reasonably well. The body works harder to correct these imbalances. But after the age of 60, the body changes in ways that make nutrition far more important. Metabolism slows down. Digestion becomes less efficient. Muscle mass naturally decreases. Bone density gradually weakens. The body becomes more sensitive to what you eat every single day. This means the foods that once seemed harmless can begin to have a stronger impact on your health. Many seniors continue eating the same way they did 20 or 30 years earlier without realizing that their bodies now have different needs. Self-care after 60 begins with understanding a simple truth. Food is not just fuel. Food is information for the body. Every meal sends signals to your organs, your brain, and your immune system. The nutrients you consume tell your body whether to strengthen itself or slowly weaken over time. One of the most important nutrients for older adults is protein. Protein helps maintain muscle mass. As we age, the body naturally loses muscle through a process called age-related muscle decline. This loss of muscle is one of the main reasons many seniors begin to feel weaker. Without enough protein in the diet, the body struggles to repair and maintain muscle tissue. This is why foods like fish, eggs, beans, lentils, chicken, yogurt, and nuts become very valuable. They provide the building blocks that the body needs to maintain strength. Eating a balanced amount of protein throughout the day can help protect muscle health and support mobility. Another important focus should be foods that support bone health. Bones gradually lose density as we age. When bones become weaker, the risk of fractures increases, especially if a fall occurs. Calcium and vitamin D play essential roles in maintaining strong bones. Dairy products such as milk, yogurt, and cheese are well-known sources of calcium, but leafy green vegetables, almonds, and certain fish also provide this important mineral. Vitamin D helps the body absorb calcium properly. Sunlight exposure and foods such as eggs and fatty fish can help maintain healthy vitamin D levels. When bones remain strong, the body is better prepared to handle the physical challenges of aging. Fiber is another nutrient that becomes extremely important later in life. Many seniors experience digestive discomfort, including constipation and slower digestion. Fiber helps support healthy digestion and keeps the digestive system functioning properly. Foods rich in fiber include fruits, vegetables, whole grains, beans, and seeds. These foods help the body eliminate waste more efficiently and support gut health. A healthy digestive system also helps the body absorb nutrients more effectively. One of the most overlooked aspects of nutrition in old age is hydration. As people grow older, their sense of thirst becomes weaker. This means many seniors do not realize when their bodies need water. They may drink only when they feel extremely thirsty, but by that point, the body may already be dehydrated. Water supports nearly every function inside the body. It helps regulate body temperature. It supports digestion. It keeps joints lubricated. It helps the brain function clearly. Even mild dehydration can lead to fatigue, dizziness, confusion, and headaches. For seniors, dehydration can also increase the risk of falls and other health complications. Drinking water consistently throughout the day is one of the simplest forms of self-care. You do not need to wait until you feel thirsty. Making a habit of drinking small amounts of water regularly helps maintain proper hydration. Another important aspect of healthy eating after 60 is portion awareness. Because metabolism slows down with age, the body requires slightly fewer calories than it did in earlier years. But this does not mean eating less nutrition. It means choosing foods that provide more nutrients per meal. Highly processed foods often contain large amounts of sugar, salt, and unhealthy fats, but very few beneficial nutrients. When these foods become a regular part of the diet, the body receives calories without receiving the vitamins and minerals it needs. Over time, this imbalance can contribute to health problems such as high blood pressure, heart disease, and weight gain. Choosing whole foods instead of heavily processed foods can make a powerful difference. Fresh fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, and healthy fats provide the nutrients that help the body function properly. Another helpful habit is eating meals at consistent times. Regular meal patterns help regulate blood sugar levels and maintain steady energy throughout the day. Skipping meals can cause energy crashes and increase feelings of weakness or dizziness. Balanced meals that combine protein, healthy carbohydrates, and fiber provide sustained energy. Nutrition also plays a powerful role in brain health. Certain nutrients help support memory, concentration, and cognitive function. Foods rich in healthy fats, such as fish, walnuts, olive oil, and avocados, support brain health. Antioxidants found in fruits and vegetables help protect brain cells from damage. The brain, like every other organ, depends on proper nutrition to function well. Poor nutrition can contribute to mental fatigue and memory problems. Good nutrition helps keep the mind sharper for longer. One of the most important things to remember about food is that small choices accumulate over time. No single meal will determine your health, but the pattern of your daily meals shapes how your body feels week after week and year after year. A diet that consistently provides nourishment strengthens the body gradually. Energy improves. Immunity becomes stronger. Bones and muscles remain more resilient. Many people assume that improving their diet requires drastic change. But small improvements can create powerful results. Adding more vegetables to meals, choosing water instead of sugary drinks, eating fresh foods instead of packaged snacks. These simple changes slowly transform the quality of your nutrition. And as nutrition improves, the body responds with greater strength and stability. Self-care after 60 often begins with paying attention to the foods that enter your body each day. Because the truth is simple. What you eat today quietly shapes the health you will experience tomorrow. 3. Your brain needs exercise too. When people think about staying healthy after 60, they usually focus on the body. They think about walking, stretching, eating better, and visiting the doctor. But there is another part of the body that needs just as much attention: your brain. The brain is one of the most powerful and complex organs in the human body. It controls memory, emotions, decision-making, movement, and awareness. Yet many people assume that mental decline is simply an unavoidable part of aging. They believe that memory loss, confusion, and lack of focus are things that cannot be influenced. But science and experience both show that the brain responds strongly to how it is used. Just like muscles in the body, the brain becomes stronger when it is challenged and stimulated. And when it is left inactive for long periods of time, it begins to slow down. Think of the brain like a muscle that needs exercise. If you stop using a muscle, it becomes weaker over time. If you stop challenging the brain, the same thing can happen. Mental sharpness depends on regular stimulation. Your brain thrives on curiosity, learning, and engagement. It needs activities that require thinking, problem-solving, and remembering. This does not mean doing something complicated or stressful. Even simple mental activities can help keep the brain active. Reading books, newspapers, or articles stimulates the brain by introducing new ideas and information. Trying to understand what you read requires concentration and mental effort. That process keeps neural pathways active. Writing can also be very beneficial. Keeping a journal, writing letters, or even making lists encourages the brain to organize thoughts and recall information. Puzzles and brain games are another excellent way to stimulate the mind. Crossword puzzles, word searches, number puzzles, or strategy games challenge the brain to think in new ways. They encourage memory recall, pattern recognition, and logical thinking. These activities may seem small, but they require the brain to work. And that work strengthens mental abilities. Learning new skills is one of the most powerful ways to exercise the brain. When you learn something unfamiliar, your brain forms new connections between its cells. These connections help maintain cognitive flexibility. For example, learning how to use new technology, practicing a musical instrument, studying a new language, or even learning a new hobby forces the brain to adapt. This process helps keep the mind agile. The brain enjoys novelty. New experiences stimulate areas of the brain that routine activities may not activate. Another powerful way to keep the brain healthy is through conversation and social interaction. Human beings are social creatures. Talking with others requires the brain to listen, interpret, respond, and remember. These processes activate multiple areas of the brain at once. Meaningful conversations also stimulate emotional awareness and empathy. Unfortunately, many seniors experience increasing isolation as they grow older. Friends may move away, family members may live far away, and daily interactions may decrease. This lack of social engagement can negatively affect mental health and cognitive function. Loneliness can quietly reduce mental stimulation. Staying connected with others is therefore not just emotionally beneficial. It is also mentally protective. Phone calls, visits with family, community gatherings, or even casual conversations with neighbors keep the brain engaged. These interactions encourage memory, communication skills, and emotional awareness. Another important factor in brain health is maintaining curiosity. Curiosity keeps the brain alive. When you ask questions, seek knowledge, and explore new ideas, your brain remains active. Curiosity prevents the mind from becoming passive. Some people reach a stage in life where they feel they have learned enough. They stop exploring new information or developing new interests. But the brain benefits greatly from continued discovery. Watching educational programs, reading about history, learning about nature, or studying spiritual teachings can all stimulate the mind. Every new idea challenges the brain to process and understand. This strengthens mental flexibility. Physical activity also plays a role in brain health. Movement improves blood circulation throughout the body, including the brain. When the brain receives better blood flow, it receives more oxygen and nutrients. This supports brain function and mental clarity. Walking, stretching, and light exercise help maintain this circulation. Sleep is another critical factor in mental health. During sleep, the brain processes information, organizes memories, and clears waste products from brain cells. Poor sleep can interfere with these processes and affect memory, focus, and mood. Establishing good sleep habits helps the brain perform its maintenance work more effectively. Nutrition also influences brain function. Foods rich in healthy fats, antioxidants, and vitamins support brain cells. Fish, nuts, seeds, fruits, vegetables, and whole grains contain nutrients that protect brain health. On the other hand, diets high in processed foods and excessive sugar can negatively impact cognitive performance. Another important habit for brain health is managing stress. Long-term stress releases hormones that can affect memory and concentration. Practices that calm the mind, such as meditation, prayer, breathing exercises, or quiet reflection, help reduce this stress. A calm mind allows the brain to function more clearly. One of the most powerful truths about the brain is that it remains capable of change throughout life. Even in later years, the brain can form new connections and adapt to new challenges. This ability is often called brain plasticity. It means that the brain can continue to grow stronger if it is given opportunities to work. Mental decline is not always inevitable. In many cases, staying mentally active can slow the process and maintain cognitive abilities longer. The goal is not to push the brain into constant strain. The goal is to keep it gently engaged. Reading something interesting, learning something new, talking with people, solving a small puzzle. These simple activities create daily exercise for the mind. Just as physical movement protects the body, mental stimulation protects the brain. When the brain remains active, memory stays sharper, thinking stays clearer, confidence grows, and daily life becomes easier to navigate. Self-care after 60 is not only about caring for the body, it is also about protecting the mind. Because a strong, active brain allows you to enjoy life, stay independent, and continue learning long after many people assume the mind should slow down. For sleep is one of the most powerful forms of healing. Many people underestimate the power of sleep, especially as they grow older. They begin to accept poor sleep as something normal. They say things like, "At this age, no one sleeps well," or "Getting older means you wake up all night." But the truth is that sleep is not a luxury. Sleep is one of the most powerful forms of healing the body has. While you are asleep, your body is not inactive. In fact, some of the most important repair processes in your body happen during sleep. Your muscles repair themselves. Your immune system strengthens itself. Your brain organizes memories and removes waste products that accumulate during the day. Your hormones rebalance themselves. Without proper sleep, these essential processes become disrupted. And when that happens repeatedly, the body slowly begins to feel the consequences. Many seniors struggle with sleep problems such as waking frequently during the night, difficulty falling asleep, or waking very early in the morning and being unable to return to sleep. This can be caused by many factors. Changes in the body's internal clock are common with age. Certain medications can interfere with sleep. Pain or discomfort can make it harder to stay asleep. Stress, worry, or loneliness can also disturb sleep patterns. But even though sleep patterns may change with age, good sleep is still possible and extremely important. Poor sleep affects nearly every part of your health. When you do not sleep well, your energy levels drop. Simple tasks begin to feel exhausting. Your concentration becomes weaker. Your memory may become less reliable. You may feel more irritable or emotionally sensitive. Over time, chronic sleep problems can also affect physical health. Research shows that poor sleep can increase the risk of high blood pressure, heart disease, diabetes, and weakened immunity. It can also affect balance and coordination, increasing the risk of falls. This is why improving sleep should be considered a serious part of self-care. One of the most effective ways to improve sleep is to maintain a consistent sleep schedule. The human body operates on a natural internal clock known as the circadian rhythm. This internal clock helps regulate when you feel alert and when you feel sleepy. When you go to bed and wake up at roughly the same time every day, your body begins to follow a predictable rhythm. Over time, this rhythm helps the body fall asleep more easily and wake up more naturally. Another important factor is creating a calming bedtime routine. The mind does not instantly switch from activity to sleep. It needs time to slow down. Activities that help the mind relax before bed can improve sleep quality. Reading a book, listening to calming music, practicing prayer or meditation, or taking a warm shower can signal to the body that it is time to rest. These quiet routines allow the mind to gradually transition from the stimulation of the day to the calmness of the night. The sleep environment also plays an important role. A comfortable, quiet, and dark bedroom helps the body relax. Bright lights, loud sounds, or uncomfortable temperatures can interfere with sleep. Keeping the bedroom slightly cool and minimizing light can make it easier for the body to fall asleep. Many people also find that limiting screen time before bed helps improve sleep. Phones, tablets, and televisions emit light that can confuse the brain's sleep signals. Reducing exposure to these devices in the evening allows the brain to prepare for sleep more naturally. Another important habit is paying attention to what you consume before bedtime. Caffeine, which is found in coffee, tea, certain sodas, and chocolate, can stay in the body for many hours. Consuming caffeine late in the day may interfere with sleep. Heavy meals close to bedtime can also make it harder for the body to relax. The digestive system remains active while processing food, which can disrupt the body's ability to fall asleep comfortably. Choosing lighter evening meals and limiting caffeine later in the day can help the body settle more easily at night. Physical activity during the day can also improve sleep. Movement helps regulate energy levels and reduces stress. People who remain active during the day often find that their bodies naturally feel ready for rest at night. However, intense physical activity immediately before bedtime may stimulate the body too much. Gentle daytime movement, such as walking or stretching, tends to support healthier sleep patterns. Sunlight exposure during the day also helps regulate the body's internal clock. Spending time outside in natural light signals to the brain when it is daytime. This helps reinforce the body's natural rhythm of alertness during the day and sleepiness at night. For many seniors, spending a short period of time outdoors each day can improve sleep quality. Managing stress is another essential factor. Worry and anxiety can keep the mind active long after the body wants to rest. When the mind repeatedly revisits problems or fears, it becomes difficult to relax. Practices that calm the mind can help break this cycle. Deep breathing, quiet reflection, prayer, meditation, or simply sitting quietly and letting the mind settle can reduce mental tension. When the mind becomes calmer, the body often follows. Another important truth about sleep is that naps should be used carefully. Short naps during the day can provide energy and refresh the mind. But long naps, especially late in the afternoon, can disrupt nighttime sleep. Keeping daytime naps brief helps maintain the body's natural sleep rhythm. Sleep is not wasted time. Sleep is one of the most powerful tools your body has to protect health. During sleep, your body repairs the damage caused by daily activity. Your brain organizes information and restores mental clarity. Your immune system strengthens its defenses. Your heart and blood vessels receive the rest they need. When sleep becomes a priority, the body responds. Energy improves. Memory becomes sharper. Mood stabilizes. The body feels stronger. Self-care after 60 includes protecting your sleep as carefully as you protect your diet and physical activity. Because when sleep is strong, the body has the power to heal, restore, and prepare for the challenges of another day. 5. Stress quietly damages the body. Many people believe stress is something that mainly affects younger people. They imagine busy workers rushing through offices, managing deadlines, juggling responsibilities, and dealing with constant pressure. So when people grow older, they often assume that stress will naturally disappear. But that assumption is not always true. Stress does not only come from work. Stress comes from uncertainty, worry, loss, and emotional pressure. And many seniors experience these feelings more often than people realize. Health concerns can create anxiety. Financial worries may appear after retirement. Loneliness may increase when children move away or when social circles become smaller. Losing loved ones can create deep emotional pain. Changes in independence can also create fear. All of these experiences can quietly build stress inside the mind. The dangerous part is that stress is not always loud or obvious. Sometimes it appears as constant worrying. Sometimes it appears as tension in the body. Sometimes it appears as difficulty sleeping or feeling restless throughout the day. Over time, this constant mental pressure begins to affect the body. The mind and the body are deeply connected. When the mind is under long-term stress, the body releases stress hormones such as cortisol and adrenaline. These hormones are useful in short bursts when the body needs to react quickly to danger. But when they remain elevated for long periods of time, they begin to harm the body. Long-term stress can raise blood pressure. It can strain the heart. It can weaken the immune system. It can disrupt sleep. It can even affect digestion and appetite. Many people do not realize how much their emotional state influences their physical health. A mind that constantly carries worry sends signals of tension throughout the entire body. The heart beats faster. Muscles remain tight. Breathing becomes shallow. The body stays in a state of alertness instead of relaxation. This constant tension slowly drains energy. Over time, stress can make a person feel exhausted even when they have not done much physical activity. Managing stress becomes an essential part of self-care in old age. The goal is not to eliminate every difficulty in life. That is impossible. Life will always contain challenges. The goal is to give the mind regular opportunities to calm down and recover. One of the most effective ways to calm the mind is through breathing. Breathing may seem simple, but it has a powerful effect on the nervous system. Slow, deep breathing signals to the body that it is safe to relax. When you breathe slowly and deeply, the heart rate slows down. Muscle tension decreases. The mind begins to quiet itself. Taking just a few minutes each day to sit quietly and focus on slow breathing can significantly reduce stress levels. Another powerful tool is spending time in nature. Nature has a calming effect on the human mind. Walking in a park, sitting near trees, or simply enjoying fresh air can reduce mental tension. Natural environments allow the mind to step away from worries and reconnect with a sense of calm. Sunlight, fresh air, and natural scenery help restore emotional balance. Social connection also plays a powerful role in reducing stress. When people share their thoughts and experiences with others, emotional pressure often becomes lighter. Talking with a trusted friend, family member, or community member allows the mind to process worries instead of carrying them alone. Isolation can intensify stress. Connection can relieve it. Even simple conversations can make a meaningful difference. Another important habit is creating moments of quiet during the day. Modern life constantly fills the mind with noise. Television, news, social media, and endless information can overwhelm the brain. Taking time away from constant stimulation allows the mind to settle. Quiet reflection, prayer, meditation, or simply sitting peacefully can calm mental activity. These moments of stillness allow the nervous system to relax. Spiritual practices also provide powerful emotional support for many people. Prayer, reading spiritual texts, or reflecting on faith can create a sense of peace and perspective. When people connect with their spiritual beliefs, worries often feel more manageable. Faith can remind a person that not everything must be controlled or solved immediately. It encourages trust and patience during difficult moments. Physical activity also plays a surprising role in stress reduction. Movement releases natural chemicals in the brain that improve mood and reduce anxiety. A simple walk can help clear the mind. Stretching can release physical tension that builds up from stress. Regular physical movement helps the body process emotional pressure in a healthy way. Another important habit is learning to limit unnecessary worries. Many people spend large amounts of time thinking about things they cannot control. They worry about events that may never happen. They replay past mistakes or imagine future problems. This mental habit drains energy. Learning to gently redirect attention away from these thoughts can protect mental health. When a worry appears, it can help to ask a simple question. Is this something I can change right now? If the answer is yes, take a small action. If the answer is no, it may be healthier to let the thought pass instead of feeding it with more attention. Developing this awareness takes practice, but it can greatly reduce unnecessary stress. Gratitude is another powerful tool for emotional balance. When people focus only on problems, the mind becomes overwhelmed. But when they intentionally notice small positive aspects of life, the emotional landscape changes. Gratitude does not mean ignoring difficulties. It means recognizing that even during challenges, there are still moments of goodness. A warm conversation, a peaceful morning, a kind gesture from someone else. These small experiences remind the mind that life still contains value and meaning. The body responds strongly to emotional states. When the mind feels calmer and more balanced, the body often becomes healthier as well. Blood pressure stabilizes. Sleep improves. Energy levels increase. The immune system functions more effectively. Self-care after 60 is not only about caring for the body through food and exercise. It is also about caring for the mind, because a peaceful mind creates a healthier body. And when the mind learns how to release tension instead of holding on to it, life becomes lighter, calmer, and easier to enjoy. 6. Prevention is more powerful than treatment. One of the biggest mistakes people make about health is waiting until something goes wrong before they start paying attention. Many people only think about their health when pain appears, when a symptom becomes obvious, or when a serious problem forces them to visit a doctor. But by that point, the body may have been sending quiet warning signs for years. The truth is that many health problems do not appear suddenly. They develop slowly and silently over time. Conditions like high blood pressure, diabetes, heart disease, and even certain vision problems often begin without obvious symptoms. A person may feel completely normal while these conditions are gradually developing inside the body. That is why prevention is one of the most powerful forms of self-care, especially after the age of 60. Prevention means paying attention to your health before problems become serious. It means checking, monitoring, and understanding your body regularly so that small issues can be detected early. When health problems are discovered early, they are often much easier to manage. But when they are ignored for years, they can become far more difficult to treat. Think of your body like a house. If a small leak appears in the roof and you fix it quickly, the damage is minimal. But if that leak is ignored for years, the water slowly damages the structure of the house. By the time the problem becomes visible, repairs may be far more complicated. Your body works in a similar way. Small health issues can quietly grow into larger problems if they are ignored. Regular health checkups are one of the most important preventive habits seniors can develop. These checkups allow doctors to monitor important indicators of health. Blood pressure can reveal early signs of heart strain. Blood tests can show whether blood sugar levels are balanced or whether diabetes may be developing. Cholesterol levels can indicate risks for heart disease. Vision tests can detect early changes in eyesight. Hearing tests can identify gradual hearing loss before it significantly affects daily life. These tests may seem simple, but they provide valuable information about how your body is functioning. Many seniors avoid medical checkups because they fear hearing bad news. But avoiding information does not protect health. In fact, early knowledge often gives people the power to prevent serious complications. If a doctor detects high blood pressure early, lifestyle changes and simple treatments can often control it. If blood sugar begins to rise, diet and activity adjustments can help stabilize it before diabetes becomes severe. Prevention gives you time to act. Another important aspect of prevention is paying attention to the small signals your body sends. The body is constantly communicating. Fatigue, changes in appetite, persistent pain, dizziness, or sudden changes in vision or memory are not signals that should be ignored. These symptoms may not always indicate serious illness, but they are messages from the body asking for attention. Listening to these signals and seeking guidance when something feels unusual is an important form of self-care. Many people ignore symptoms because they believe discomfort is simply a normal part of aging. But not every change should be dismissed as just getting older. Many conditions can be improved when addressed early. Ignoring symptoms often allows problems to progress unnecessarily. Prevention also includes protecting the body from injuries and accidents. Falls are one of the most common health risks for seniors. As the body ages, balance, muscle strength, and reaction time can gradually decline. Simple preventive steps can reduce the risk of falls. Maintaining strong muscles through regular movement helps stabilize the body. Keeping living spaces well lit and free of clutter reduces tripping hazards. Wearing supportive footwear improves balance and stability. These small precautions can significantly lower the chances of injury. Another essential preventive habit is maintaining good vision and hearing. When vision becomes weaker, the risk of accidents increases. Reading becomes more difficult. Driving may become unsafe. Regular eye exams allow professionals to detect issues such as cataracts, glaucoma, or age-related vision changes early. Similarly, hearing loss can gradually isolate people from conversations and social interactions. When hearing becomes weaker, communication becomes more difficult, which can lead to frustration and withdrawal from social life. Regular hearing evaluations allow early solutions that can preserve communication and connection. Vaccinations are another important aspect of preventive care. As the immune system weakens with age, the body becomes more vulnerable to infections. Vaccines help the immune system recognize and defend against certain illnesses. Staying up to date with recommended vaccinations can provide important protection. Preventive care also includes caring for oral health. Many people underestimate the importance of dental health in overall well-being, but problems with teeth and gums can affect nutrition, digestion, and even heart health. Regular dental checkups help detect infections, gum disease, or tooth damage early. Healthy teeth allow seniors to eat properly, which supports overall nutrition. Mental health is also an important part of prevention. Depression, anxiety, and loneliness can develop quietly and affect both emotional and physical health. Regular social interaction, engaging activities, and open communication about emotional well-being help protect mental health. Just as physical symptoms deserve attention, emotional struggles should also be acknowledged and addressed. Another important preventive habit is maintaining a consistent relationship with healthcare providers. Doctors and healthcare professionals become more effective when they understand your health history over time. Regular communication with trusted professionals helps create a clearer picture of your long-term health. This allows them to recognize patterns and provide better guidance. Prevention is not about becoming anxious or constantly worrying about illness. It is about awareness. It is about staying informed about your body and making thoughtful choices that protect your health. When prevention becomes part of your routine, health problems are less likely to surprise you. Instead of reacting to crises, you are maintaining stability. Self-care after 60 is not just about treating illness. It is about protecting health before illness appears. It is about understanding that small actions taken today can prevent serious problems tomorrow. Regular checkups, attention to symptoms, safe living habits, and consistent care all work together to protect the body. The goal is not simply to live longer. The goal is to live those years with strength, independence, and confidence. And prevention is one of the most powerful tools you have to achieve that. 7. Purpose is the secret to a healthy life. When people talk about health in old age, they usually focus on the body. They talk about diet, exercise, medicine, and doctor visits. All of these things are important. But there is another factor that has a powerful influence on health, and many people overlook it completely. That factor is purpose. Purpose is the feeling that your life still matters. It is the feeling that your present still has value. It is the quiet understanding that each day still has meaning. Many people experience a loss of purpose as they grow older. For decades, their lives were structured around responsibilities. They worked jobs. They raised children. They supported families. They had daily routines and clear roles in society. But when retirement arrives or when family responsibilities change, many of those roles begin to disappear. Suddenly, the structure of life becomes less clear. Days may feel longer. Activities may become fewer. The sense of being needed may begin to fade. This transition can create a deep emotional challenge. Without purpose, life can begin to feel empty. Even if the body is healthy, the mind may feel unmotivated. A person may wake up in the morning without feeling excited about the day ahead. They may begin to lose interest in activities they once enjoyed. This lack of motivation can slowly affect both emotional and physical health. Studies have shown that people who feel a strong sense of purpose often live longer and maintain better health. Purpose influences behavior. When people believe their lives have meaning, they tend to take better care of themselves. They stay active. They stay engaged. They maintain connections with others. Their minds remain curious. Their energy remains stronger. Purpose gives the mind a reason to wake up each morning, and that motivation has a powerful effect on overall well-being. But purpose does not have to be something grand or complicated. Many people imagine purpose as a major achievement or a large mission in life. In reality, purpose can be found in small daily actions: helping a neighbor, sharing wisdom with younger family members, caring for grandchildren, volunteering in a local community organization, supporting a cause that matters to you. Even hobbies can create a strong sense of purpose. Gardening, writing, painting, woodworking, cooking, or learning new skills can provide daily motivation. These activities stimulate both the mind and the emotions. They create goals, progress, and satisfaction. When you work toward something meaningful, your mind becomes engaged. Time begins to feel valuable again. Purpose also strengthens social connection. Many purposeful activities involve interacting with other people. Volunteering, mentoring, teaching, or participating in community events allows seniors to remain connected to society. These interactions reduce feelings of loneliness and isolation. They also remind people that their experience and knowledge are valuable. Older adults often possess decades of wisdom that younger generations have not yet developed. Sharing that wisdom can become a powerful source of purpose. A conversation with a grandchild, advice offered to a young person, stories about life experiences. These moments can shape younger minds and create lasting impact. Another powerful aspect of purpose is the sense of contribution. Human beings naturally want to feel useful. They want to know that their actions make a difference. When people feel they are contributing to others, their self-worth grows stronger. They feel connected to something larger than themselves. This feeling protects emotional health. Purpose also influences mental sharpness. When the mind is engaged in meaningful activities, it remains active. Planning, learning, teaching, and creating stimulate the brain. This mental activity helps maintain cognitive function and slows the decline that can occur when the mind becomes passive. Purpose keeps the brain working. It keeps curiosity alive. It encourages growth, even in later years. Physical health can also benefit from a strong sense of purpose. People who feel motivated are more likely to stay physically active. They are more likely to maintain routines. They are more likely to care about their well-being. When life feels meaningful, the body naturally follows that motivation. Even simple tasks become easier when there is a reason behind them. Without purpose, motivation fades. Without motivation, activity decreases. And when activity decreases, the body begins to weaken. This is why purpose is not just a psychological idea. It has real physical consequences. One of the most powerful ways to maintain purpose is to keep learning. Learning keeps life dynamic. It reminds the mind that growth never truly stops. Learning can happen in many forms: reading books, watching educational programs, taking community classes, studying history, science, or spiritual teachings. Even learning new technology can stimulate the brain and build confidence. Each new skill or piece of knowledge strengthens the mind's sense of capability. Another way to cultivate purpose is through service. Helping others creates a deep sense of fulfillment. Acts of kindness strengthen emotional well-being. Volunteering, supporting community efforts, or assisting someone in need reminds you that your actions still matter. Service connects your life to the lives of others. It transforms ordinary days into meaningful ones. Reflection is another important part of purpose. Older age provides a unique opportunity to reflect on life experiences. The lessons learned, the challenges overcome, and the wisdom gained can become valuable guidance for others. Writing about life experiences, sharing stories, or simply reflecting on personal growth can create a deep sense of meaning. These reflections remind a person that their journey has been valuable, that their experiences have shaped who they are. Purpose does not come from age. It comes from intention. It comes from choosing to remain engaged with life instead of withdrawing from it. Every stage of life offers different opportunities for meaning. In younger years, purpose often comes from building and achieving. In later years, purpose often comes from guiding, sharing, and contributing. Both forms of purpose are valuable. A meaningful life does not end at retirement. In many ways, retirement simply opens the door to a different kind of purpose. A purpose built on experience, wisdom, and connection. Self-care after 60 is not only about protecting the body, it is also about protecting the spirit. Because when a person feels that their life still has meaning, their mind becomes stronger. Their emotions become steadier. Their motivation remains alive. Purpose gives direction to each day. It reminds you that your life still carries value. And when you live with purpose, every day becomes an opportunity to contribute, to grow, and to experience the richness that life continues to offer. Growing older is something every person experiences, but aging well is something that requires awareness and care. Your body may change with time, but that does not mean your life must become smaller or weaker. In fact, the later years of life can be some of the most meaningful years if they are lived with intention. The habits we discussed today may seem simple. Move your body regularly. Nourish yourself with better food. Keep your mind active. Protect your sleep. Manage stress. Pay attention to prevention. And most importantly, hold on to a sense of purpose. These are not complicated medical treatments. They are daily choices, small actions repeated consistently over time. And those small actions quietly shape the quality of your life. Health in old age is not built in a single day. It is built through the habits you practice every morning, every afternoon, and every evening. The good news is that it is never too late to start. Even small improvements can strengthen your body, sharpen your mind, and restore your energy. Your later years do not have to be defined by weakness. They can be defined by wisdom, stability, and inner strength. Take care of your body. Take care of your mind. And remember that self-care is not selfish. It is the foundation that allows you to continue living with independence, dignity, and peace.